All right, live look in Milwaukee, where Republican candidates will be gathering a short time from now. We're just 2 days away from the first presidential debate of the 2024 cycle. 8 candidates have qualified for the debate stage and will pitch their policies to American voters. So where do they stand just 2 days out? Kayleigh McEnany is here, co-host of Outnumbered. Kayleigh, so happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
So help us dig into all of this. Whose moment will this be, do you predict?
Well, all eyes are on Ron DeSantis. I think he has the highest expectations. You never want high expectations going into anything. You want to be the one who's underestimated, that rises to the moment. I think he has a lot to prove because, you know, there have been the reports about donors being jittery, albeit if that is true or not, that is the reporting. Vivek Ramaswamy, he soared in some polls to number 2 or right there with Ron DeSantis, so he has a huge target on his back. But I think someone underestimated is Senator Tim Scott. He has not had a national platform to share his really optimistic, positive message, and I think it will stand in contrast to some of the other barbs flying across the stage.
That is really interesting analysis. One person you haven't mentioned yet is your former boss, former President Donald Trump, who says he's going to skip the debate. But he's still leading big time in the polls. This is the Iowa poll. He holds a big lead there among likely GOP caucus goers. Trump at 42%, DeSantis 19%, Tim Scott back at 9% in the Des Moines Register poll. I believe you called it earlier a miscalculation on the former president's part not to show up at the debate.
I think it is. Look, you never want to let someone else stand in that center podium. This is going to be the biggest audience of any Republican event that we have seen this year. Could be the biggest audience ever. It's the first GOP debate. You're giving the center podium to someone else. You're allowing these other candidates to have more time to share their stories. Not only that, 2 hours of attacks. You will get attacked even if you're not there, and no one can answer those attacks better than President Donald Trump himself. He's really good at it. He's masterful in that place. And finally, I would just say, if he does go on to be the nominee, Donald Trump, Joe Biden doesn't want to debate him. There has been reporting about that. He is not wanting to take the stand at that presidential debate. You are giving Joe Biden a card to say, I'm going to use the Trump debate standard and not show up because I'm so ahead in my internal polls, I'm just not coming. So you're giving a card to your opponent that he could pull if he tried.
That is fascinating analysis. And you mentioned whether or not we'll see the candidates directly attacking each other, or will they be focusing their attacks more on the people not in the room, like former President Donald Trump or President Joe Biden. Here's Vivek Ramaswamy. Perhaps this is a shot at the sitting president. I'll ask you how. He posted this just a couple hours ago. I believe it was attached to a Twitter feed that said 3 hours of debate prep this morning with his shirt off and showing us his forehand on the tennis court.
Yeah, that's really interesting because what immediately comes to mind is Joe Biden when he was sitting on the beach. He's on his second vacation, although today he's going to visit Maui, but he is still going to return to his vacation. A very big contrast. Look, it'll be an enormous night. It's going to take a lot to dethrone former President Trump from where he sits in the polls. He has a huge lead. But these candidates now have 2 hours and the biggest audience they've had yet to do so.
You know, I think it was Patrick McEnany who weighed in on Vivek's tennis swing. He said, I think he gave him some props for it. He said good stuff, but maybe bring it up a little higher on the backswing. Yeah. So anyway, real quickly, final thought, the issue, do you believe, that will differentiate those candidates that are on the stage? What do you think that will be?
I think the social issues. Look, in a general election, the economy is number one, but in this format, you have people who can differentiate themselves from President Trump and say, hey, I'm tougher on abortion. I'm more pro-life. I'm tougher on the cultural issues. So the social issues matter immensely in a place like Iowa.
Really interesting. Kayleigh, thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be watching. John?
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kayleigh McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.